Here is how to install a mod pack in 2024. So first off, I'd recommend using a client. Me personally, I use CubeSforge, but there are several others. When you load up, it looks like this. Pick your game. You can browse pre-made mod packs, which is the easiest way. Or if you want to, you can create your custom mod pack. So you start off with a name. This doesn't matter. It has no bearing on the game. Pick your version. Now this is very important. So you want to pick a version that both supports your favorite mod. So like Thaumcraft is 1.12.2, and so you'd want to pick that one if you wanted to include Thaumcraft, or another one that has a specific version. Or you want to pick the ones that are most popular. So if you look in the mod packs, you can see the most popular ones. So 1.16.5, 1.12.2. All of those are great options. They have a lot of mods that you can add to them. So the way I would do it though is to download a mod pack that has all you want. So either it has world generation that's hard to do, or quests that are hard to do. So for instance, if Amnesia has a really cool world generation that you like, so you install it. Now, it might not have your favorite mods, but what you can do is, so you can't customize it like regular. What you have to do is you have to go back to My Mod Packs tab, and then you right click and do profile options, and then allow content management for this profile. And that allows you to add mods that aren't already in the mod pack. So you can search like regular and add whatever mod packs for that mod pack that you want. Now it automatically limits to version, so you don't even have to worry about making sure it's compatible. If you see it, it should be compatible. So why does versioning matter? So developers don't release for every version. They only release for a couple. So if you pick a weird version, it might not have all the mods to it, but I'm sure you'll find some. I would recommend just sticking with whatever the big mod packs use, like 1.16.5, because that is probably a good indicator that you'll have most, if not all, of the mods you'll want. So I would recommend, if you're making your own mod pack, I'd add them one at a time. And then when you add like 5 or 10, I would hit the play button and see if you get the load screen. If you do, boom, mods are compatible. But if you don't, you'll need to remove mods that you added until you find the one that caused the problem. So if you add 10 mods and get the load screen, you're good to go. Those 10 mods are fine. If you add 10 more and you get incompatibility issues, you should remove the ones that you just added until you find the one that's the problem. And then you can add back the other ones that weren't a problem. So dependencies are a common issue. So Macaw's Bridge Biomes of Plenty requires Macaw's Bridge. So if I disable one, it'll disable the other. So if we go and hit play, it should load up fine because I disabled both the dependency and the regular one. So I'm going to go ahead and enforce a dependency mod issue. So thermal expansion. If you scroll at the bottom, it'll tell you dependencies. So CFH core is the dependency. So if I delete it, it won't have it. And when we load up, you'll get a load screen that looks a lot like this. And it'll tell you both the version and the name of the dependency. So CFOH core is the dependency that we deleted, and you need the version 10.3 or in between version 10.3 or 10.4. So then once you install it, you can reload and it should get to the load screen no problem unless you have incompatibility issues. Biomes of Plenty and other Biomes You'll Go. This is a great example of mods that do the same thing or similar job and often have incompatibilities. So Biomes of Plenty and Other Biomes You Go both add tons of biomes, trees, leaves, mobs to the game, and they can oftentimes overlap on what they do, and it causes incompatibilities. If mods have nothing in common, they generally are more likely to be compatible. This is an error I got. This is another dependency. This is a second example. Incompatibility wouldn't get to this load screen, so that's good to note. So another kind of issue you can have is a memory issue. So the more mods you have, it'll crash like this. So I loaded with 1 gig of RAM, which is not nearly enough. They tell you the recommended amount. So you get that error screen, and then to change it, you go to profile options and you can customize memory settings. So there are a couple ways to go about adjusting your configs and actual mod settings. So configs are a fun way to adjust mods and fine tune them to your liking. So all the mod packs generally have configs, so I can go in and change whatever's in here, or which is true false usually. So a good example is Biomes O' Plenty. If you don't like specific biomes, you can toggle the ones you don't like, right? So you go in, you type false, lowercase, not a big deal, and then save it and then load it. Now if you have an issue loading, just delete the config, it'll reload it when you launch Minecraft, download a default config, and then you can try again. So the next way is to open Archive, and you can actually customize the actual mod folder. So if you want to add assets or textures, if you have a texture pack that's not registering a certain block, you can do that. Or you can add in, for my instance, a real life example is I added in, you can adjust the configs on how, if they have armor, how far away they can smell you, noise, if they detect noises and light, and a whole bunch of other things. And so this is how I fine-tuned my zombie awareness mod to be more the way I want.